This is Ray's no drag generator 2. In a conventional action, as the output power is increased, the input power must increase also. If the load here is loaded down, pouring and requiring more power, then the motor, the drive motor, also must increase in power. This is the power of your drive motor. In over unity effect action, as the output power is increased, the input power decreases. So as the output power is loaded down, requiring more power in an OU action, then instead of drawing more current, it would actually draw less current. In Ray's no drag generator 1, you can watch that, I had a coil. I thought the main component of the over unity action was coming because the coil, as it passed the magnet, would make a small magnet itself and helping in the movement. But more research had a surprising turn. I'll go ahead and turn this off. I'll remove the magnet. The magnet, by the way, is north and south, or south and north, either way. I took the coil and found a center bar about the same diameter, 1/4 inch. I cut it about twice the diameter, maybe not quite, but pretty close. And I used this instead of having to coil around it. Okay. We'll start up the action. Okay. And we'll go ahead, we'll have a frequency test here in just a second, but to get the basis behind it, you'll see the amperage about 0.08, 0.07 amp. And you can hear the speed increase. And you can see the amperage go down. If you work at it real good, you can bring it down to 0.06. Okay? So that's surprising. It wasn't the coil after all. I have two new theories. They may be both wrong or a little bit right. The first one is Ray's magnetic exchange theory. The main base magnet is north and south. This would induce a secondary magnetism into the bar that's shifting back and forth, north and south, in the balanced position. As it moves back and forth, it becomes unbalanced. As it shifts to this side, it becomes more north. So north and south attract, so it tends to come back. And the same is true over here. It becomes south, and so south and north attract. If that didn't quite add up, you would think just about as much energy is required to pull it out as it brings back, but I could be wrong. That was one theory. The second one is the magnetic neutral zone theory. These neutral zones are very puzzling to me. In conventional magnetism, they say the north and the south, they cancel each other out. And so, as I can demonstrate, right in the center Remember, this is north or south or north-south, either way it works. But right in the center, that dividing line, that neutral line comes around. And if you're really careful, you can bring a nail into that neutral zone. Once you pull back and forth, but once you get right into the center of it, right there, there you go. You can pull it straight out. That's an extremely strong neo-magnet. On a lighter magnet, doesn't have so much pull, you can see it go back and forth. So my question is that if they north and south are canceling each other out, wouldn't it, or kind of neutralize each other, wouldn't that dissipate the main magnet forces, north and south? If you take away the neutral, if you bring it into a zero net effect, you'd think these would collapse also. But that's just my thinking. I'm sure that's not the conventional thinking at all. But there's something about this. Perhaps it pulls back further or across than more than it does coming up to that point, and then fires. Coming back slower and fires because of this neutral zone. So those are two theories I've come up with. But these are actually, you can recreate this demo very easily. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to test the frequencies out now. I resurrected my old frequency meter. It had bit the dust, but I got her renewed. So let's see if we can get a test result here. 658, 655. Let's go 655, 650, 655, let's go 650, okay? 640, 650, okay? I'm going to take the magnet away. Let's take our frequency reading now. About 100 cycles difference, about 550. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and replace it. If I'd move the magnet, I may get a little bit more. But that gives you the idea that this is actually increasing the cycles per second. So it wasn't the coil. I thought perhaps the coil had been making a small magnet itself as it passed through the magnetic field, and that was aiding in the movement. But it does it without. So here we have something entirely new. Very surprising that a metal bar going past the, I call it edge magnetics, between there's a very, very strong force. You can play with these at home. You can get a metal nail and it'll flip back and forth, really tremendous there. But the iron bar itself is producing a magnetic effect which was very unexpected. It reduces the current it draws. So I hope you enjoyed this. Go ahead and remove this again. You can see the amperage. This and this is hooked into the circuit. The amperage goes up. This is just no load, no effect, no nothing. But when we put the magnet in, normally that would slow everything down because you're increasing a load on your output, and this would increase. But in the over Unity mode, it does just the opposite. Thank you so much. Enjoy your time with these machines. Make every day count.